The time is here, changing to the class that I've missed so much for so long. Just yesterday, we completed our wizard journey and put out the ultimate wizard guide, breaking down the 4 best builds that you could use as a wizard. So it's time that I move on to another class. And this next class that we're going to be changing to today is one that I may stay with for a long time because, as I've mentioned, I miss it so much. You guys probably already know what class I'm talking about. Class is the Barbarian, my favorite class inside of Diablo Immortal, one that we have not played for quite a few months, and I have to tell you, I miss it. So we're going to utilize one of the best features inside of Diablo Immortal, the ability to class change on a daily basis, confirming, switching over to the Barbarian. Let's go. Now, I do have to say we have quite a few essences for the Barbarian because, well, we've played him in the past and not a ton of new essences have come out since we've played him last. That being said, there is going to be some farming that we have to do. If we take a look over here in the armory, I have had in the past a PvP build, a Heliquary build, a farming build, a DPS, and then a new DPS build. The problem with this system is every time that you go away from a class and then return to it, you change up how your gems work, you change up how everything looks, and then you swap to this and you got to redo everything. I do want to see, though, we were running a 4-piece Vathu, and we were... Prayer of End with damage increase chilled enemies. This isn't the one I want to use. It's got to be this one right here. Barons, Enigmats, 4-piece Vathu, and PvP. What were we wearing there? We were probably wearing a 4-piece Mount Bank. We were wearing Banquet and a 2-piece Mount. Okay. It's going to all be changed. I was just curious to see what we were wearing at the time. Let's go take a look at the essences really quickly and see how much farming I have to do. Now, for context here, really quickly, what I was doing is when I was going for this over here, I was always going for obviously the green items that I needed. But for the Blessing of Legends, I actually switched to a class right here, the Blood Knight, because I don't have a lot of essences for the Blood Knight. I had this so I was getting essences for the Barbarian. The problem was I have most of the essences for the Barbarian, so anytime a new piece of equipment would drop for the Barbarian, it was always one that I had. So I figured, let me use this and take advantage of the Activate Blessings feature for a class that I don't typically play much, so at least I'll be getting some essences that are going to be worthwhile. Let's take a look at the essence transfer. Looks like we only missed 1 round of essences, as you can see. So I'm probably, and I don't think, if we look at loyalty, okay, so I am missing a couple of helms, a couple of shoulders, more than I thought, to be honest with you. I'm missing more than I thought. And this is because I haven't played the class. Well, I was wizard for a good 4 months. I was a crusader for a good 2 or 3 months. And then I did a couple of swaps. So I probably haven't been a barbarian since May or June. So quite a long time ago, minus when I quickly switched back just for 1 day. So first things first, let's get this charm and take that off and get the proper one thrown on from this stash. This is the one I'm going to go with right here. Wrath of the Berserker, Whirlwind, Frenzy, Sprint, Undying Rage. It's actually a great charm. I just threw it back in the bag there, didn't I? Yep, we did. Let's activate this now. Let's equip it. Boom, there we go. A little bit of extra thrown on to our Barbarian. And I'll tell you what, from a cosmetic standpoint, it is really nice to be back at this class. He looks freaking awesome. Best looking class in my opinion in the game. Now I do have a build that I figured I would throw together here, one that I used in the past. We were going with Lacerate, we had Sprint. I need to throw in some Chained Spear, so let's grab Chained Spear, throw this one in. This is just a quick farming build that I could use right now. We want to go with nope, not Undying Rage. We want to go with Wrath of the Berserker right here. And then I think it was Demoralized I was actually running with right there. Releases a ferocious shout that forces nearby monsters to attack you. And then I'm going to jump through and figure out what essences I need to put in place really quickly, just so I have a build that I can at least farm and then get the green items that I need in place as well. And it looks pretty cool when he's just sitting here floating in this cosmetic. I have to say, this is awesome. I mean, check that out. Now the first essence I'm going to go with here is actually for Demoralize. It's Whirling How. It now empowers your steps with wind, causing your movement to blast every few yards. Again, This is a build that I'm throwing together that is just going to be for PvE, to run anything that I'm going to be doing for farming purposes. Moving on to the chest. We're going to go with Shackled Fate. Chain Spear now conjures the spirit of the ancients for a short time that repeatedly casts Chain Spear, damaging, slowing, and pulling in nearby enemies. Chest plate is complete. Remember, guys, I'm going to be putting out guides and builds for this class as I go. This is just an initial day one so I could do some content inside of the game, and then an ultimate guide with all of my favorite builds after playing the class for an extended period of time. Moving on to the shoulders. I'm going to go with Hell's Legacy. Sprint also leaves a trail of flames, dealing 17,000 damage to enemies for 4 seconds. Then we are going to come on over and switch out these pants. Buried Talons we're going to use for Chain Spear, also increasing my damage by 19% for 3 seconds. Now let's move on to the 2 primary and 2 secondary weapons. Lion's Mane is going to be the first one, where Demoralize now detonates the wounds of nearby enemies, immediately resolving any continual damage effects. Basically going to make those things just do damage instantaneously. And the second essence for our primary weapon is going to be Rending Bite. Lacerate now inflicts bleeding that deals 26,000 damage over 3 seconds. That has been a staple in many of my barbarian builds. Now I only have 2 more things to swap out, and they are going to be secondary weapons. First off, Sundred Legacy. Wrath of the Berserker now causes enemies to burn. We're going to be doing a lot of burning damage, probably meaning we're going to need some enigmats on our green items as well. Again, I'm not going to focus on that here today in this video though. And Promised Sunrise. When Demoralize hits an enemy, your attack and movement speed increase. So I'm going to be super fast, doing a lot of AoE damage. And this is going to be a very fun build for me to run around with. Let's just take a quick look right here. We run, we got our Spirit of the Ancients, Wrath of the Berserker. I mean, this is going to be great. Shall we maybe run it through something really quickly? And look at this, I got 100% uptime on my sprint as well. This is gonna be a good time. I have to say, I am a little bit curious how much damage this will output. So let's take it over to the dummy really quickly just to give it a quick test. Let's go. Here we go. Right here. This is not a damage build, right? This is a farming build, but you know, curiosity comes into play here, and I do want to see what it'll do. So 10 seconds in, 30,000 damage we're basically sitting at right there. We're getting those burn effects really quickly and, you know, holding true. We have our Spirit of the Ancients throwing. So again, not tons of damage. We're looking at like 2 million damage per second approximately. I'm gonna stop it at 30 seconds. There we go. Yeah, we're almost at 2 million per second. The breakdown, sprint is obviously giving us nothing, right? It does leave trails of flames. I wonder if I would have run in circles around it, it probably would have done more. It's showing that the Demoralized, though, wasn't doing any damage, if you see. And that's probably because we had no enemies in place, so we weren't doing any damage. But let's go through and maybe do one of my bounties and just see what it looks like in the world. So we're just going to run on over and kill some creatures. We have to kill 60 creatures. Easy bounty, right? Now, when you do sprint, you are just leaving that behind, right? But let's see how this goes. Let's just kind of run through, see what this actually looks like. Sprinting through everything. You can go back and clean up everything that you want to at the back end. But as you can tell right here, it's like just simply melting everything that I'm going through. Actually, I'm not even in bog creatures right now. I'm in one of the other bounties. Oh, there we go. Here's some bog creatures that we're looking to kill right here. We'll come right over here. Just keep popping the skills. Monstrous Essence dropping around the world. We're going even through yellows with no problem. Yeah, I mean, this is my day one build just with old essences that I have in place. Oh, we got a nice glorious chest there too. Looks like luck is going to be on our side today with a legendary piece of gear too. Let's go. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's another Paragon level too. We're 13 levels above server Paragon level. It's Sunday upon recording this, and I've collected no Battle Pass rewards since the new Battle Pass dropped, and none of my experience from Mail either. We're looking pretty good. Look at this. I'm not even using my primary attack. No primary attack whatsoever. And we're just running through stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun being the Barbarian. It's always been and probably will always be my favorite class inside of the game. And apparently, with a lot of the new essences that have dropped inside of the game, he's become very relevant in many different areas for many different types of content. So this is going to be a fun one. I hope that you guys stay tuned. I have a live stream popping up that I think I'm going to do tonight. I've had it scheduled as private for the last couple of days because it's going to be a very different live stream. It is Diablo Immortal focused, so it is not the Undecember live stream that I've been teasing that will happen as well. But I hope to see some of you guys in there. There's going to be a lot of discussion going on throughout it, and hopefully you guys will want to take part. When I do post it live on the channel, all you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed so that when we do go live, you get the announcement and you don't miss out. Guys, I'm excited to play Barbarian. Hope that you guys are excited to watch me through, and I'll see you guys here in the next video, or hopefully the live stream later this evening.